Hello my friends, hello YouTube. I'm just gathering up a few things from the garden. It's July 25th and my peas are pretty much ready. This bowl here is that's some pretty nice sized peas in there. They're not all that big though. You know, some of them are a little smaller, but they're looking good. I've eaten quite a few. They're very tasty. I just got a few strawberries that came ripe and a couple jalapenos that are going to be added to my seeds. Just let them dry out on the plant, and yeah, all my jalapenos this year planted from seeds I saved, and the germination rate was great. I just left them on there, they turn red, and then they kind of dry out, shrivel up on the plant, and yeah, they're good to go next spring or whenever you want to plant more. That's real handy. Strawberries, I usually get last week or so they've been coming ripe, but maybe a dozen or half a dozen at a time. So I just pick them, wash them, freeze them, and when I have enough I'll make some jam. And I also picked some Swiss chard. I'm gonna cut this little, it's kind of like a beet green, a little bit different taste. You mix it with beet greens, it's awesome. And the stems are edible, and what you do with them is anything you would use celery in, pretty much. You can cut it up. It takes a little longer to cook the stem, so if you're going to cook the stem first. I just fry it up in some butter, some onions, some garlic or something, salt and pepper. Cook the stem, and then add the leaf after, or you can cook the leaves up like spinach. You get the young tender leaves. You can even eat them in a salad, although it does have a kind of a strong taste. But yeah, there's my peas. There's where they came from. I got a real slug problem in this garden bed this summer. It rains every day this summer. I don't think I'd have to check if there was a day or two, maybe back in May there was a couple days where it didn't rain, but it was also snowing in May, so it's not much consolation. But yeah, there's a few peas left on here. They're not in the best shape. The slugs have taken off all the foliage and crawled on everything, left their slime. But I got so yeah, I got that bowl there. It's pretty heavy, from a 4-foot row of peas, and then I have 2 more rows. The deer chewed off the tops of the second row over there, but this one, the peas are looking good. They're almost ready to get picked too. They were planted a week or two after the other ones. My tomatoes are looking great. Good thing they're in raised beds with all the rain, so they get good drainage. Of course, I don't have to water them or anything. Yeah. Lots of flowers and beehive right there, so hopefully lots of flowers and lots of bees mean lots of tomatoes. Here's my other row of peas. I picked a few of these off. They were ready, but they're still flowering. They're not as tall because the deer ate them. And I got a bunch of potatoes in containers. They're all looking pretty good. And here's my jalapeno plants. And they're getting flowers on them. A jalapeno flower. I know my friend at Texas told me he hadn't seen jalapeno flowers. Well, yeah, getting flowers everywhere on here. Little buds, so hopefully I have lots of jalapenos. And a tomato plant here grew from a seed from last year. It's a cherry tomato. Might pull it out. Well, I might leave it. It doesn't interfere with my jalapenos. And my Ascap bushes are finished. There might be one or two left on here. Let's see here. There's a couple. And my strawberries. Well, there's some in here. They're not quite ready to be picked yet. I've just been getting a few at a time, and then of course I eat some. I got more potatoes over here. And this is really interesting. I don't know if it's a coincidence or rain or what, but for the last, I don't know, 5 years, I've been growing the same varieties of potatoes. I grow like a Yukon Gold one, and then red potato and a purple potato. And usually the purple potatoes, they have 2 or 3 flowers on them if they flower at all. But this year, these are sitting literally right next to a beehive. So I don't know if the bees promote it or what. I don't see any on here ever. But yeah, all these have just loaded with flowers. I don't think pollination is necessary to get good potato yield, but I'll see if these, I got the same variety planted over there with no flowers over, I can't see, over there somewhere. And yeah, so I don't know if that's the bees. Some edible flower variety here, some pansies, and these flowers are edible. You can eat them in a salad. Or just leave them in the garden, look nice. My carrots are coming along good. My first planting of carrots at least. My second planting, as soon as they sprout up, the slugs come in and I don't know if you can see this here. But yeah, there's some carrots. They're not very big, maybe the size of a dime or something, but they'll be ready in August. Start eating them. Yeah, I planted more carrots here. They're all kind of knocked down. The cat was up in here. But yeah, slugs ate them. This is kind of my orphan bed. Growing this is a parsnip, and it grew into, I don't know, some tree or bush or something. There's lots of little flowers all over. I was growing it for seed. I didn't expect this. It's huge. But I've left it in there. The wind blew it over. I staked it up, but we had tornado wind and all that nonsense there 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I have terrible weather this summer. Yeah, it's my orphan bed. I planted 16 strawberry plants. I bought it at the hardware store, and one survived. And there's a tomato that didn't fit in my tomato bed. It was a jalapeno plant. I dug it up last year out of the garden and kept it in the house all winter, and it's good. Jalapenos on it. It's not looking that great. I just put it out here in the garden to kind of spruce it up. This is some English lavender. So it's coming into bloom. That should regrow back next year. But yeah, what I'm out here today was basically picking my peas and trying to clear this bed out for get rid of the slugs. I've been scraping them off stuff as I go, but they're damaging my beets. I'm getting holes in the leaves. But my beets are coming along alright. I don't see any damage to the actual root, which is what I want. I want to pickle them. I enjoy pickled beets, and it's a good thing to preserve. I also enjoy eating these greens, but I don't know how well you can see it. They're all full of holes from slugs eating it. So hopefully pulling down these pea plants, and there was a row of spinach back there too, I removed as it bolted. And if you have slugs in your garden and you have leafy greens like spinach or lettuce or anything, romaine lettuce, all the things you think you might like to eat. Well, the slugs like to eat them too, and it's a real effort to keep it clean when you're harvesting it. And I found more than one little slug in the salad bowl I'm eating, and yeah, I pretty much don't grow salad this late in the season, and not when the slugs are out. It's not my favorite thing to grow in my area, that's for sure. I don't like slugs in my food. But yeah, so there's my asparagus. I haven't had luck transplanting asparagus from starts from the house or whatever. You can see here, this stuff is kind of yellowing, not looking that great compared to this stuff that's standing straight up. This was all direct sown, except for this first row, which was transplanted from the house, and had like 2 months start on these ones, and these ones are doing much better. So I'll probably direct sow the entire bed next spring if these survive the winter. If not, I might just give up on asparagus. I mean, it's a long-term endeavor anyways. It takes 3 or 4 or 5 years or something to mature where you're getting a crop to eat. That's a long time. These are parsnips. There was a whole row here, but only 3 grew. All this here is savory. I really enjoy savory, so hopefully we get some to eat. Dry it and use it. This stuff here is just a weed. It's a wood sorrel. It's actually edible. It's onions. They're planted way too close together. I was gonna separate them out and replant them into another bed, but I don't have my other beds fully up yet, and I have no real room anywhere else. But I got this fenced off because a deer came in, or porcupines or something, and they chewed a big hole into my raspberry bushes here, the mature ones too, that would be producing raspberries. These are golden raspberries. These are going to be like a light yellow color, and they're very nice tasting, and I hope to get some. And we got potatoes, more potatoes, and see this here. See, that's what the slugs are doing. They're turning, they're like just turning the leaves into skeleton. They shred up the whole plant like that. That's definitely slug damage. I mean, it rains every day, and I don't use slug pellets because no matter what people say, it's not an organic solution to slugs. I'm going to try some slug bait traps, and I'll make a video on how to make that and how to set them in your garden, but not right this minute, right? I'm picking some peas and pulling some weeds, and I thought I'd make a quick video. Here's my Swiss chard. I really love this stuff. It's so versatile. Comes in different colors. It's like a rainbow. You can pick different stuff. Looks just like a beet, but this is some nice red chard. And yeah, you could use the stalk like celery. So if you have different colors and you cut it up, it's like rainbow celery. It's really nice. Nice to cook with cucumbers. I had some in the other bed too, but the birds dug up the seeds and I didn't replant. But you can see how the sun hits this bed. They're larger here, and they get smaller as you go into the shade. But it should be enough to do something with. And then over here is what I'm doing here in my projects. My next bed, I got good solid Hugelkultur core in there. Gonna add some compost, which is this leaf and grass and whatever I pull out of the garden, throwing on there. I'm gonna throw a good fat layer of that in here, and then soil on top. Some more wood I got stacked up ready to go for more beds. There's my habanero plant. Got some flowers on it. It got cold one night and turned the leaves yellow, but it's recovering. And I went down to, I think it was 8 degrees Celsius. But yeah, so a little bit of peppers don't like cool weather. A little bit of a tour of what I'm up to here. Just thought I'd show you all the peas I got off my first pea pick of the season. Should get that much and more off these last 2 rows here. And yeah, hopefully strawberries keep coming ripe and I get enough to make some jam. I'm really looking forward to that. And of course some Swiss chard. Use that as a side dish or add it to my meal tonight. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you follow me along here. I'll show you how to organic garden despite terrible weather and slugs and all sorts of pests. But yeah, I still have good success despite the odds. And I'm going to go shuck these peas now and wash my chard and maybe eat some strawberries. Peace.